A pandemic, a shutdown, and a major budget shortfall here in the state of Nevada. That's what state lawmakers are dealing with as they try to figure out how to slash $1.2 billion. We have team coverage of Nevada's special session. We do want to get things started with Joe Bartels, who joins us live in Carson City. And Joe, just moments ago, you went one-on-one with Governor Steve Sisolak. What is he saying about the billion-dollar deficit?
Yeah, Ross, I did. The governor says that this is unlike a time that Nevada has ever seen before. He says the budget cuts will be deep. He also says lawmakers are going to have to find a way to balance education as well as critical public services. Take a look at some video from inside the assembly shot just a little bit ago. You'll notice everyone social distance, of course, and wearing face masks or coverings. On this first day of the special session, lawmakers got a briefing first on the budget, which had some carryover cash from last year. That certainly helps, but not nearly enough. The state is still short some $900 million, we're told. The governor says that means some very tough decisions to close the budget gap.
Everybody is going to face some of the difficulty as a result of cutting a budget by 25%, which is what we had to do. We made recommendations that went over the legislature, so we're going to see what they come back with after analyzing and massaging and debating every single one of those line items. And I understand they'll probably want to make some adjustments, and we'll see what those look like when they come back.
We asked the governor if there is any kind of funding category that is essentially immune from cuts. He says literally everything is on the table. That includes education. That notion alone sent hundreds of people protesting outside the Capitol. If you saw our 1 p.m. Facebook Live, it was pretty raucous. Let's get over to my colleague, 13 Action News reporter Sean Delancey, joining us live with their efforts to save education funding. Sean.
Yeah, Joe, just shy of $200 million in funding for K-12 schools is on the chopping block here. Just about every single person that called into the assembly for public comment today expressed their desire to save public education funding, as many were protesting outside. They came from all over the state. Educators, parents, students, all to send the message that kids and classes shouldn't suffer to backfill the state's $1.2 billion budget shortfall.
When they defund education, ESP positions are the first ones to be cut.
Jen Giles is the interim president of ESEA and came from Clark County to stand beside everyone else advocating for support personnel.
We feel it's important to have our voices heard that the legislature shouldn't be defunding education.
Proposed cuts for K-12 schools include $16 million from school safety, including $1 million from school mental health employees and $2.2 million from school resource officers. Roughly $50 million could come from school programs, including $32 million from the Read by Third Grade program. The Department of Education itself could lose $13 million.
I'm here to testify against these devastating and insane cuts to public education.
On the phone, people called in to assembly members for an hour, almost everyone advocating save funds for education. Some arguing that taxes should be raised instead.
Nevada residents have enjoyed low overall taxes for a very long time. Perhaps that is instead what should change.
Now, legislators say that they can't just pass new taxes to address this current problem. They have to change ones that are already on the books, and that is the only option that's available to them. Protesters outside the building say that they are willing to stick it out at the Capitol through the end of the special session. Sean Delancey, 13 Action News.